Yes, guys, says welcome back. Welcome back to another episode. We're back to chat again. Of course, another defeat, as we all know. But yeah, Josh isn't with us tonight. His son is ill, still ill. So hopefully he gets better soon. I'm sure Josh will either be in the comments or it'll be, after in the comments leaving his stuff. But he has sent over his prediction and his lineup for Tuesday. So we'll obviously get into that in a bit. But yeah, episode 44. Thanks for everyone that's tuning in live. Of course, leave your comments in after if you're watching it back, as I know a lot of you do. But yeah, of course, if you're watching live, get in all your questions or your thoughts. There's been, a lot of course, people talking about the manager. We'll get into that. Of course, we'll get into the game. Yeah, hopefully, like Chris says, hopefully I don't freeze much tonight. Apologies if it does, but get in all your questions. Please do leave a like, hit 50 likes if you can. That would be really appreciated. It's free to leave a like, so please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new as well. There's a lot of you that either watch the streams or watch the reactions or other videos that aren't subscribed, so please do subscribe. But yeah, we're joined by Neil. Evening, Neil. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, not bad.
Basis got this thing out of it Saturday night?
No, I didn't go. To be fair, in the end, I didn't go Chasers. I just went in Corn Street. Had a few. Didn't go too bad, but yeah, it was good to get out because I couldn't. I was so fuming, to be fair. No Chasers. And like I said, if we'd have won, I would have probably went Chase. But yeah, we didn't win. We didn't win. But yeah, also of course, apologies, I haven't changed the points yet on the giveaway. There was, I think, 5 people that got the correct score prediction. Josh actually got his prediction right after Neil made Josh change his mind because he wouldn't have got 3 if Neil would have said go with your head. Also, Paul Davis got his right. Top Fox, Tom Butler. I think there was a couple more, but I will update the predictions league. Obviously for the giveaway in the next episode, but yeah, quite a lot of you did get it right. There's loads of you in already, so thanks for that. We got Joe Morgs, Chris in as always, Ben Darrell saying about a dodgy pasty at the mem. I mean, it was a shambles after mine. After I'd done my reaction, I was talking to a few people. Everyone I seen was like, "Oh, when's the reaction out?" I was like, already out. Go and have a look. Shout out to Kaz as well and Nino from Gascast, who I was with after. But it's got that bad at Rovers that I went in the clubhouse after the game to watch Liverpool game, and they don't even have Sky anymore to watch the game. I was like, what is going on? But there we go. Even to try BR, Tom Butler, Adam F. Saying about who's the next manager. We'll get into that. Probably a lot of the questions will be that. Matt's, Harry Jenkins. So bad. Charlie as well. Wood, Rowett, go back down. We'll get into everything the Chase is on. Yeah, definitely wasn't Saturday night. And thanks for Matt to the super chat. Appreciate it. £2 super chat. Bring back Andy Mangan. Yeah, he's obviously seen Neil's quote tweet for what he did for the podcast. But yeah, we'll get into that. Ben saying Chase is back on Friday night. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, a lot of you in. But yeah, thanks to Matt. I really appreciate it. Always here. And thanks for the donation, which will go into making this better. Hopefully the Wi-Fi. But yeah, we'll see. But thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Feel free to donate if you want. But yeah, we'll get into it. You know, I've already said the stats. I think most people don't need to hear me say Taylor's record. But yeah, another defeat. I'll get to your thoughts, Neil, of course. Hopefully Josh is either in the chat or he can leave his comments after. You've probably seen his comments. Obviously he was at the snooker with his old man, so he wasn't at the game, but he's probably had it on in the background or something. But yeah, what did you make of the game yesterday?
Well, I never expected us to get anything.
Same.
I just thought we were tailor-made for Wycombe, to be honest, and is sort of efficient without being very good first half.
Yeah,
I was blown away by how bad Wycombe were. They were a shadow of what I thought they were going to be as far as what their output was in that first half. I thought we were all right first half. I thought we were okay. Like I said, efficient without being great. But we were up against a side that were nowhere near the model of what they normally are. I thought they'd be far more at it, and I thought they'd be far more into us and have a more of a physical presence and a lot more high tempo and energy than what they were first half, to be honest. But I thought, Lindsay coming back in, Sinclair, Ward, I thought that was required for that game.
Yeah.
I thought it was the best sort of thing you can do against that sort of side. And like I said, they were poor first half, Wycombe, and we were all right. We got, again, any goal that we've scored is something that's been gifted to us.
Yeah.
Chance has to be taken. Sinks took it well. Great. And then that's our best possible scenario. We've got something to hold on to now. And then it's a matter of how do we manage that? Going at half time. And then there's a difference. There's a swing. What information gets put out at half time? Where's the reaction? What can you get into your players to make the difference? They come out a completely different side, didn't they, Wycombe?
Yeah.
We come out like, treading through treacle. So I think we got out of our half a couple of times. The Luke Thomas chance is massive for us, but again, did anyone have any real fact? Did anyone really think he was going to put that away? Like, no. LT's not really. We've said it before, haven't we? In those situations, he just don't do it. But if we go 2-0 up, that papers over cracks for me. It just papers over cracks if we'd have got that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where we the ball breaks loose. It goes down that side. LT tracks again, gets chopped inside. It happens. I get it. The finish is great. It's a good finish. But
weak
then
foot as well from that player, Harvey. Weak foot.
And then it's about, right, what's your mentality? What's your culture? What are you about as a side? And Wycombe smelt blood. They just smelt blood, and they thought, oh, these have got the ability to fold here, and they kept on probing and probing and probing, and then I didn't mind the Macca and the Shaq sub. I didn't mind it because I thought it shows a bit of intent. But you have to be savvy in the way you play the game if you're going to go that way. And we look so fragile. We look so vulnerable. Even like they didn't respect that threat, Wycombe. They had no respect for that threat whatsoever. They were perfectly comfortable with it. And like I said, they kept probing. Because their culture and their mentality is we'll do everything we can. We'll leave everything out there. And when the corner gets given, I expect everyone in that stadium expected the worst.
Yeah.
But for that corner there identifies exactly where those two clubs and those two sides are at as far as, like I said, culture, mentality, and everything that, like, what makes them what they are. We are fragile, lost, frightened, confused, and
all the
Wycombe are all blood, guts, and fire, and there was not a prayer that they weren't going to do everything to win that ball in the air. But the way we set up to defend that corner is criminal. Like, I'm all for zonal marking. Like, it's my preference. I've said it before. It's my preference. If you do it right, and if you do it right, and you do it well, it's bang on. If you've got the personnel to do it properly, and I don't think our personnel's desperately awful in that area. But when it's the last kick of the game in injury, you don't set up like that.
No.
Everyone knows who the target is. On the 96th minute, everyone knows who the target is. The ball isn't going to get fizzed in. It ain't going to get whipped in. It's going to get hung up for like the A1 number one target to go and meet that ball. And who is our A1 target to go and meet a ball? It's Connor Taylor, isn't it? So why sitting in an area where they can just bypass him and then let Mola try and track it? It makes no sense. Like, and that all comes down to if your side's got any arsehole or not. When really, You've just got to go. Do you know what? I'm going to go in. What you don't even have to mark him. You just got to scan and understand where he's coming from, and understand that is the only target that is going to get set up for. So you've got to go and do something to affect that. Even if Lowe wins it, you can't let him win it free, and you definitely can't let him win it 3 yards into your box. Griff has to do more.
Yeah,
Connor, like, he's a shadow of himself under Matt Taylor, an absolute shadow of him. If that is under Joey or Mangs, he goes and wins the header. That's all he ever did, wasn't it? It was like a magnet under them, because the directive was forget about your area and your location, just saying that is my sole responsibility. He had broad shoulders under them too. He had loads of confidence. He had loads about him to say, do you know what? If this comes in, I'm going to go and win it. And that should have been that's the Connor Taylor you want to see. Like, he's a shadow of himself under this manager, an absolute shadow of himself. He's not the player that he could be, and potentially could say that a lot about a few of them. I think any of them players that have been retained that Taylor's got left from that old model are probably not enjoying themselves right now. Are probably not enjoying their work. Yeah, and it's definitely showing in Connor. Definitely. Yeah. Like,
I mean, to be fair, like, for me, I think Griffiths needs to come out and get it, because it was right close. Like, what was your thoughts on that? Because I've heard, like, it was a foul. You know, Griffiths should have come and got it. What do you make on that? Like, from where you were, do you think that was a foul, or do you think he should just come and get it? Because to me, I don't, because it was so close to him as well. Like, what do you make on that?
I don't care if someone's trying to, like, foul or not. If you're as a goalkeeper, you've got all the pros and the pluses to come and do anything you want in that. But, and like I said, you've got to command your 18-yard. But, like, Belly was really good at it, to be honest. Belly was really good at it. But to not command your 6-yard box, let alone your 18-yard box, is like criminal. You don't. I don't know. Like I said, they just look absolutely petrified. Where there's no accountability. Like, I'm not dealing with that. Someone else can deal with that. So, like, that's is my area. I'm not going into that area. Like, I don't know what the information is that's being given to them, or it's not going in, or they're being set. If they're being set up like that, then that's frightening. On the last kick of the game, because throughout a football match, throughout a game, you have your zones, you have your strategy, and you have your responsibilities. But that all goes out the window when it's last kick of the game. You have to do whatever you have to do. Like, you can't just go, this is my directive. This is where I've been told to stay. Because that is just basically saying that that's someone else's problem. It's someone else's problem. And that defines us. I think that corner defines us as a group. These lads aren't together. They're not and I know it takes time to gel and everything, but I'm not seeing any signs of these lot really pulling together.
Yeah, there's no signs at all.
It's like, they don't look like a group. And it all goes back to Taylor as well. Like, you've got to do more in the summer. You just can't recruit players and expect them to gel themselves. You've got to do more. You've got to get them around each other. You've got to do things to make them bond and make them try and have a togetherness about them. Like, I know we keep harping back to what was, but they spent time off the pitch and away from the football club together all the time. And when they went out on a Saturday and a Tuesday night, they went in, they wanted to do a bit for each other. Do you know what I mean? They wanted to go the extra mile. They ran a bit harder for each other. You know, I just don't see it with these lot. You don't look at that group and go, do you know what? These lot are at it for each other. They're really at it for each other. Because you can suffer not being that great. You can suffer not being that great on the ball. You can suck it up if we're technically not so good, or we're not getting the rubber green. If they're blood and guts for each other and they're doing everything. Now, people are tracking runners for each other. They're overlapping. They're sitting in for each other when someone's gone on. I don't see any of it. I just see that's your man. You should track that. That's your area. I just see all the accountability for being as a group, and the togetherness ain't there. There's certain games that we've had where we could have jagged a result here and there if we'd have been a bit more together and had a bit more of a group feel against them, and they've warmed to each other a little bit. I just feel like they're just a load of footballers that have been thrown together and just saying, like, have a go and you'll bond as the season goes on. Ain't good enough. You've got to get all that done in the summer.
Yeah. Thing is, I think that's the most frustrating thing. A lot of people said that yesterday on various socials and stuff. That's the most frustrating thing, I think, about all of this, is that I mean, I think it was after the Reading game on the Tuesday night last year when they absolutely bopped us off the park at home, and it should have been more. And I think it was 2-0 in the end. And yeah, a lot of people were very, very angry at that time. And I come out after, and I was just almost done at that point. And for then, you know, a lot of people were saying, you know, let's give him a fresh start and stuff. And then pre-season come along. I think it was our first episode back. I was quite excited about the style and everything that we was doing in pre-season. And we've gone away from it completely. And the same thing happened. Even at the time I liked him, Joey done the same thing. Start of last season, pre-season, we were playing this way in this formation, and then league comes along and he changes it. And Taylor's done the exact same thing. We've gone completely away from nothing, and I think that's what is sort of driving people to want him gone. Obviously, results, of course, first and foremost, because that's what you're based on. And of course, the results have been poor carrying on from last season going into this season. I said after the game, like, it's that mentality, even though it's a totally different squad pretty much, apart from 2 or 3 players, it's just the losing mentality. And it, like you said, when people are saying, like, every person I've seen and I've talked to, or everyone on here, they've like, what is the plan? Like you said, there's been nothing. There's no star, and it's just a mess. And when you've got a situation and you've got fans wanting to see, you know, what the plan is, and we've seen what he done in pre-season with the 2-10s, the pressing. Now you look on the pitch, it's like, what are they being told to do? Because it's just a shambles, isn't it, really? Like, there's sort of nothing for people to believe in why, you know, I've probably seen, you know, based on the video I've done yesterday in the comments, people saying Taylor out, that was probably 99%. I think there was one person yesterday on the video that said, give him a few weeks. On Twitter seems to be everyone Taylor out from what I've seen. But that's the problem. When you're on this poor run, and it's gone from last season into this season, and you're not seeing a style, that's when people are going to be more angry, when there's not even anything to get behind in it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, last season when he came in, like I openly said early doors that his personality for that group concerns me. I don't think they'd have it
straight away.
And it sort of played out that way. Do you know what I mean? They just did not buy into him. They weren't having him from the environment they had to what had been changed, and the personality they got to look after him. It's polar opposites, and I didn't think that group were going to take to him. Now, we said, like, let the season play out. We tossed it off. It was gone by January. All the players are out of contract. Turn it round. Go to work in the summer. Get a group in that you want to work with, and then we'll see how we go from there. And he's done that. He's brought him and George Friend have sat down. George Friend and his team have highlighted and identified profile of players, brought them in. Squad's been built, etc. But I just think, from someone who's sat in dressing rooms and been around players and played games, etc., these lads now will 100% be talking about this fella. Like, if not before, they definitely are now. He's scrambling now. The minute the team sheet went up, or they went into training early doors and they seen the shape had changed and he'd gone to a 4, they're all talking now. They're saying he's scrambling, because you can change personnel, you can change squad, you can start threatening, saying, "Do you know what, you ain't doing it, I'm bringing in such and such." But the minute you start changing shape, players start saying he's questioning himself now. He's scrambling. Yeah. So their group chats will be wild about this bloke between players now, even if they weren't before, because he just doesn't strike me. And like, I don't know the bloke one bit, but he just doesn't strike me as a player's manager. He just doesn't seem like someone who is enjoyable to be around as far as going into work, having a relaxed, shoulders down, enjoyable environment to be around. He's headmaster like for me.
Yeah,
he just seems very much. He's very distant. He doesn't seem like a player. He appears very distant to me. He appears awkward. He is. His interviews and his presses are becoming even more bizarre than they were prior. Like
that's the thing. Like the stuff that he's saying
at the start of the season. At the start of the season, pre-season, I said like his shoulders are down. He looks more relaxed. He looks really comfortable now. And then as things started to get sticky, he's reverted back to being a weirdo again for me. And like them lads be talking about him. Like they'll be questioning him between themselves. And the Sharks are circling now. And like I said prior about when Joey got the bullet, I understood it, but I know him and them owners would have never been able to work together. It was going to happen at some point, but as far as the playing group and what we were doing, I felt that was retrievable. Like Joey could retrieve that. I'm not sure Taylor can retrieve this. I don't think he's got the personality or the character or the bond with his playing group to do it.
Yeah. Well, even some of the things that I've heard and like arguing with the coaches at Peterborough, like apparently there was a meeting today as well, and yeah, it's not looking good, and that's the problem. Like you said, it's the like you said, you've been there and done it, and players will be chatting amongst themselves, and that's the problem. Like that's the most frustrating thing for me is like when we like even before we appointed him, it obviously took us 6 weeks to get him. It come out of nowhere because he was sacked at Rotherham. But at the time, like when we appointed him, he wasn't I think he was maybe second or third choice. Funny enough, my first choice was Nathan Jones, who of course we've got the next game. And then I think Taylor was maybe second, third or fourth. I can't remember at the time. But when we did appoint him, I liked it because what he done at Exeter, the way he played, the way they absolutely cooked us both games. The football he played was good. Attacking, wing backs were high, young players. But now to not even see a star was the one thing that's really annoyed me. And a lot of people don't want him anymore. And obviously, you got the results as well. And like I said, it balls over, and it comes from last season into this season, and then you're not seeing anything. Even the other thing is that we're looking like we're going to concede every time a team comes forward. We're not good with the players we got. And I know you said this the other day. It's like, we've got. But for me personally, with some of the attackers we've got, we should be doing a lot better going forward. And like Saturday, one shot on target at home. Like, I don't know how many shots we had, but one shot on target. Obviously, you had like you said, the Thomas chance. I think Lindsay, was a lot harder chance because he's not left-footed for one. But that's literally it. We're scrambling to see where. And I think, I can't remember the stats, but there was something like we had, I think, 89 passes in our own half in the second half. And Wycombe had 120 in their half and 120 in our half. And that's the thing as well. It just got worse and worse. I said it in the video, you could maybe say confidence and, the players had a lead to hang on to. But why do you think for the whole second half we sat back? I said it in the video, like, Bloomfield was probably fuming at half time. And it almost looks like Bloomfield said, these aren't nothing special, get after them. And it looks like, Taylor said, just hold on to the lead, don't attack. That's what it looked like. Why do you think, like I said, of confidence you could say, but why do you think it was so bad and we just didn't attack?
When it comes to half time, I don't think it's about what gets said. It's whether you believe in what is being said. Like, they buy into Bloomfield. They know what they're about, Wycombe. They know exactly what they're about, and they know the direction. They know the directive. They know what needs to be achieved. They know exactly what is expected of them. I don't know if whatever got said, whatever Taylor said, like I said, management and coaching isn't necessarily about, you can say all the right things. You've got to get that playing staff to believe in what you're saying. So they go out there and they try and relay that message out on the pitch. I don't know if what he says, even if he could have said all the right things, if they're buying into it, if they believe, because we look, like I said, Wycombe smelt blood when they scored, and Bloomfield would have said, like, if you snatch one here, these will collapse, they will fold. You've got to just keep probing until they break, and that's what happened, because we haven't got a strong enough culture and mentality to look at each other in a change room on a pitch and go, do you know what? We're going to do everything for each other right now to try and get something out of this. I just think we're playing in hope rather than anything else. I hope that don't land where it lands. I hope that ball doesn't land on that head. I hope that pass doesn't get the, like, we're not doing enough as a playing group to affect the game. And the starting point for all that is just raw effort, run a bit harder, try a bit harder, and just do all the fundamentals a bit better. But if you don't believe in the bloke who's giving you that information, you're going to come second best to all of it. And we look like cannon fodder at the minute because we look scared, timid, confused, lost. Whereas Wycombe, they knew exactly what their tick sheet was, everything they had to do to try and get a result. They would have known before the game. They had a poor first half. It would have got reiterated to them at half time. Look, this is what we do. This is what we're about. And this is how we go and get results. We've done it. The process and the policy and the plan for what we do is ingrained in what we are. Would have reaffirmed it. They'd have looked at each other as a playing staff and go, come on, this ain't us. We know what we're about. We know what our standards are. And we know how we go about getting it done. And that's what they did. Rovers ain't got that. Their identity is nil, zilch.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Even as Steve as well. Yeah, that was, I was speaking to Sheila, Coach One Gas. If you know, you know. Yeah, Sheila's on Coach One. Been going for Rovers, 70 years. And yeah, I was shout out to Sheila. I was speaking to her after the game. I think that was you that come up to me and said, what are you gonna put on your reaction? Shout out to Sheila. I put Ford. Yeah, so I mean, Ford needs to get more game time. Won't turn on players yet. Good players being told to defend. Yeah, no, I think the point is that Neil, you're sort of saying, you have to believe, and it looks like at the minute, for loads of reasons, they're just, there's just nothing, is there?
The biggest positive to come out of all of the transfer business that we've done, like, and I'm not saying these players aren't going to, and none of them are going to come good and they won't get better, because I think under a different bit of direction, they probably could do. But the biggest positive is that Jed's miles away from it. He's gone to an environment and a club that are winning games. He's keeping clean sheets. He's saving pens. He's in a far better environment this season than what he could be, and because he could have been shot to pieces this season.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think the best bit of business that we've done at the minute, from what we've seen from 8 games in, is sending Jed away to get away from it, which sounds terrible, but it probably worked out beautiful in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, question on young players: what did you make of Kofi Show not even being on the bench yesterday? Because I think you and Neil wanted him to start. You and Josh, wanted him to start. The fact that he went on the bench, I was surprised at that. But again, do you think I think it's again better for him, because the way the game went on, it was, I don't know.
I don't know really. You don't know what the reasons are behind it. If it's just purely on what he feels is the right thing to do, and there's nothing to do with injury, knock, illness or whatever, it's, I don't know, it's a confusing one for me. I completely understand the thought process of you know what, he's 17. I don't want to throw him in there, but if you're good enough, you're old enough. And he potentially just being in the matchday squad for me would be, hold on, we could get shown up here by a 17-year-old. We've all got to raise our game here. Like, we don't want a 17-year-old kid coming in and being the talisman, because it looks terrible on the rest of the play. It can elevate him a little bit to think that, hold on, like, even if he's on the bench, it's like, if I get dragged here, or someone gets dragged here and he gets us out of jail, we look terrible here. You know what I mean? There needs to be a rationale behind why what appears to be a very good attacking threat is not getting in the matchday squad over a period of 8 league games where we've been horrible going forward and not really created anything. All that we've ever really created is off of other people's mistakes, where we put a bit of educated pressure on the ball and they make an unforced error. Kofi's the only person I've seen that really has opened the door for us. And I know it's only been in a little bit of a cameo in the first team, and he's played against, you know, in the 23s, but you can only show what you've played against. At some point, you've got to let this kid dip his toe in when you're not winning games and you're not getting results, to say, do you know what? Go and do your bit. Like, because his job's on the line soon, Taylor. He's going to have to roll the dice on people that he believes can create chances to try and, you know, open doors for us to score goals. Because if you're going to go out, you might as well go out, you know, fighting, rather than trying to sit back and pray the ball don't go in the net. Because at the minute, he's getting sacked with a whimper at the minute.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because that's what you see a lot of. Young players. A lot of young players these days, you know, when you're talking 17, 18, or even 16, you see, you know, 16-year-olds playing now. Like, you know, look at Lockyer. Like a lot of these players get the chance where either there's an injury or a team's not doing very well most of the time, or if you know, pride on getting young players through. Like, and that's what happens. Like, like you said, you sort of, because that's what I mean. It's struggling. You know, other players that he's brought in, you know, haven't obviously done well at the minute, or, you know, lacking certain stuff, or whether it's injuries, etc. But you just give him a.
If we're picking up good results, and winning games, I get it. I completely get it. Yeah. But you've got someone who's clearly got a heap of potential in your available to pick, and you'll just go in with what you've seen before, and it's not happening for you, but you're continuing to go with it. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to say, I'm going to make changes because you want to make things better and stir things up, then you might. The rationale for me behind it, unless there's a you know, it's something to do with fatigue, illness, injury, anything like that, then that's understandable. But if he's fit and healthy and available and chomping at the bit to try and show what he's about, then I'm failing to see whatever. I know Shaq's come into the building, he's probably not fully fit and he can't start, etc. But if you've got to roll the dice on getting goals and opening doors up, surely he's got to be part of the conversation.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've been tailoring until Saturday when we spoke about it before. I think we went live, and we might have even done it you know, 20-30 minutes ago. There's been a lot of chat, but thanks to everyone tuning in. There are a lot of people tuning in. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Make sure to follow the our socials, the Talking Gas socials on Twitter and Instagram, and also use that code for FanHub as well if you haven't joined them already. Feel free to follow us on our normal socials. Make sure you keep subscribing as well if you haven't already. Subscribe to Josh's channel. That will be in the description as well, so go and subscribe to him as well. Harry saying League One Southgate. I don't know what our style of play is meant to be. We've talked, but that's the main problem. That's the main problem. I hear when he says, he said that about the Lindsay chance. I was like, if he scores it, but that's what I mean. That's when you sort of know when sort of a manager's time isn't, you know, is near when they start saying things like that. And what the stuff, like we talked about after Peterborough, what he said, like even stuff like that is, and yeah, what else did he? What was that comment I said after? What did he say? What was that other comment that he said after the game on yesterday? He said, "Oh yeah," he said the squad needs help. Well, that's what I said.
Yeah,
I said that just sums it up.
It's a concerning one, isn't it? When he's coming out and saying that the squad needs help. Like well, do you know what? That's got to come from you, mate.
Yeah,
that's what your job is.
Yeah.
But the alarm bells were ringing when he came over to the fans last season and done that. Spouted a load of waffle. What was it? Was it?
Yeah. Stevenage away.
Oh,
yeah,
like,
these shirts.
Like Mr. Bean. I was like, what are you doing, lad?
Yeah. Even stuff like that. Yeah, these shirts. Oh, what was the
shirts are too heavy for him and all that.
Yeah, shirts are too heavy. Yeah.
Like he's just I just don't think he's doing him. But that was last season. Like slate was clean as far as that was concerned. Like he looked really uncomfortable last season with the playing group that he'd inherited, and he knew that they weren't having him. There was probably a lot of shit spoken about him behind his back, and he probably couldn't wait to get rid of him, and they couldn't wait to get rid of him. So like that's all by the by as far as I'm concerned. This season he had it all to create himself with George Friend and put a model together of what he wanted, the lads that he wanted to work with, and he's put it together. And from what I can see, they're not having him either. Do you know what I mean? It's not going in. They might not dislike him, but they're not. They don't trust him. They don't trust him. From me, because if they trusted him, you'd be seeing a far more. You wouldn't see a weaker last 20 minutes in games of what we're seeing.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Apart from it looks like the last. We all knew it was a blip anyway. Really, we said we're sort of leading stuff to a heart. Oh, was that 20 minutes at Peterborough going to take us into the? Nah, it was never going to do that. We knew it was just. I didn't even know. We've not seen it like that for a while. I hate it when. What else was there? Sure, I have to plan to get at least 14th in challenge for promotion next season. But I was sad because he wasn't close enough to the top 6, even though our promotion teams have had late pushes. But that's the thing. Like Neil said, I can't really see. Like every time, even at his other clubs, like every time he's sort of had a really bad period, he hasn't managed to turn it around. I think a Rotherham fan commented something yesterday on the reaction as well, and said something around that. What's this young group bollocks as well? Hunt, Wilson, Taylor, LT, Lindsay, Ward, Hutchinson. That's what I mean. Yeah, even that, and saying about we've got a lot of players, a lot of change, but so is pretty much every other squad as well. I don't know why he's super chatted that again, but appreciate that. Appreciate another donation. That was Sheila. Shout out Coach One Gas. But appreciate another donation as well. That's the thing. I think going on again, about the game. Obviously, I've given most of my thoughts on the video. If you haven't watched that, check it out to get more of what I said. I'll go over it briefly. First of all, Wilson, I thought he was quality. Won everything. Hunty was class when he come on. Got the header off the line. Created the thing is about Hunty. His delivery going at the other end is spot on. Of course, the cross for Lindsay. There was another one that he did as well, which someone should have got their head end or been there at the back post.
That Lindsay chance, he needs to leave that. He needs to leave that. Like Macca's coming onto that in the middle of the goal. Like
I'm not sure whether
if he's ignored the shout, then you'd be livid.
I think Macca did look livid with him. I put myself through the pain of watching the extended highlights earlier on, and Macca did look fuming. So it looked like he'd give him a shout, but I'm not sure. It's weird with them because I thought Lindsay. I thought Lindsay was good first half, but struggled second half. Wardy, I thought he gave too many passes away, but I thought he was better in the second half. But also, I didn't understand. I don't think he needed to make, like, fair enough making subs, and we've got plenty of players to choose from on the bench. But I didn't understand a lot of them. Huntley, I got because Sousa was playing right back, left-footed player. Players were giving it to him on his right foot, and but I thought Sousa was good again. It's gonna be interesting. We'll get to our lineups very, very shortly. But yes, like you said, and I knew. I said, shout out to Jan, who I was with yesterday, and a few other people behind me, like Weeks here again as well. I said, like you said about that corner. Oh no! And the stadium went silent, and you just knew. And I said as well, you just knew, like you knew we weren't gonna hold on to the 1-0 either. You just knew, and that's the most awful thing about it, really, is that you just knew we weren't getting anything from that game when they equalised. You just knew. The Wycombe fans who were quiet for the first half, even you could just see it. Even they knew as well. So, but yeah, I think that's all we'll say on. Thing is, we look decent start of the season. It's all gone to, go a goal down. Yeah, that's the thing, Yeah, that's the most annoying thing. We went a goal up, and I said it. We needed to get a second goal, but the other thing as well, I've already said that we're not creating literally next to nothing every single game. That's the problem. Yeah, when you lose the fans, it's game over, says Ben. Thanks to everyone. Loads of comments, but there's Josh as well. Like I said at the start, hopefully your son gets obviously better. Make sure you go and sub to Josh's channel. Gas Fan TV. Like I said, it's in the description. If you haven't already subscribed to his channel, do go over and do that as well. Evening to Jerry as well. Is Taylor's time up? Yeah, probably. I mean, I think for me personally, I think, I'm pretty. I didn't say it on yesterday's video, but I'm pretty much, just fed up. I think if we lose against Charlton, I think they pull it and he goes. I mean, what do you think, Neil? You've already said there's no way back, but what I will say to you is, obviously he hasn't been sacked yet, but is there any managers out there that interest you personally?
Well, I definitely think like the Sharks are circling now for him, and I don't like I said with the Joey thing. I felt that was retrievable under him. I don't know. I just don't see him retrieving this situation because I don't think the playing group respect him enough to do so. As far as I don't think they buy into him. I don't think they believe in. And that on Saturday when he starts changing shape, I think they start questioning him now. As far as I think they think he's scrambling. So yeah, I think what you definitely start doing now. I think if you're a board and you're George Friend, as brutal as it is, but that's the game. You start drawing up a short list of what could potentially come through the door if you're going to go down, because you have to have a plan for what you're going to do afterwards. You can't react because that's what we did last time. We ended up 6 weeks until Taylor. So I think, as brutal as it is, I think you have to start looking at what is your other option and give yourself time to do that. But I think you're in dangerous territory when you start saying, he's got another game. If he doesn't win this game, then he's got to go, because all you're doing is playing roulette with the bloke. Then is because if he wins, say Jags a result Tuesday, then what does he get? Another 2 until you want to sack him.
That's the problem, isn't it?
It's too difficult now. So I think the writing's on the wall for the fella, to be honest. And you have to look at the board and Friend and everyone at the football club have to look at the league, the results that have happened, who's going to be in our sort of what you expect our mini league to look like. And we've jagged the result against Northampton, who's probably going to be in and around what we're about. But then we've got Burton coming up. And then the month after that, we play sides like was it Stevenage and Shrewsbury. Got to get results against side like that. If you keep sliding, those are the 6 pointers that are going to come up thick and fast. So you can't sit on your hands and go, well, this bloke might turn it around, because when you start playing them, you're still hoping for him to turn stuff around. It's not, and then you're playing them teams and zero reaction, only picking up points, or even worse, getting beat. You'd have thought, oh, I wish I'd have acted sooner. So I think you're at the point now where you start drawing up a short list of who's interested. I think you start having them conversations. It's brutal as it is, but that's the game.
Yeah. That's
as far as who I'd like to come through the door. I mean, the Schumacher one's nice, but I think it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
And I think the longer this goes on, you're starting to look at a rescue mission, and I think it's an Ainsworth job, to be honest.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter were like, no, Ainsworth, no. But like you said, yeah, like you said, it needs to be acted on. Like you said, I really wanted him to do well, but yeah, when you see nothing, not even a style of play, that's when it's just we went through that stage last season. We were like, yeah, we'll give him a clean slate, but yeah, when it's sort of carried on and there's nothing there. Yeah, we've backed him a lot, but yeah, when there's nothing really to hold on to, then that's the most, for me, because of the struggles of this current club that's still going on, I would go and give it to Ruben Sellers from Reading.
His stock's too high. You don't come here. His stock's too high.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But a lot at the moment, there ain't many clubs without a manager, though, is there?
But if he becomes available, there's people. If he becomes available, then you know what I mean. Managers are only 3 games away from getting the boot. Do you know what I mean? He ain't going to jump into Rovers when he knows there's brighter things on the horizon for him. I just think I don't think that. I think like him and Schumacher and Lowe. I don't see it. I don't see it as being. And if you're going to go in, if you're going to go and pay compensation for someone, and you think you could try and get him out of a job to come to us, Wellings. I like Wellings, but again, Wellings is going to. When he gets it right, it's really nice, but he requires a lot of time to put his process in implementation. Like I said, the longer this goes on, it could be a rescue mission, and I think you might have to go down the road of someone like Ainsworth, who's just going to pull them all together, give them a clear direction. It ain't going to be pretty, ain't going to be nice to watch. It's going to be blood, guts, thunder, but he's going to he'll try and get that group all together to do exactly what it takes to try and jag a few results to make us a League One club, and then go again with him next year to even do the same. Like with Wycombe, he got him into a position of being contenders and getting promotion by being horrible. Well, so what? Let's be horrible then.
So I mean, he got me to the Championship.
Yeah. Like I said, I can watch shit if it's getting results. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, promise. Yeah. Frustrating. Promise. Yeah, its touch is horrendous. Frustrating. I don't really know. I still find that signing a bit weird, personally. I mean, what's your thoughts on Promise Omachiri?
I've said it before.
It's just his technical ability is so poor.
I said it before when he first came in, and I had a bit of a look at him. He's a big, strong boy. He's an athlete. You're trying to turn into a footballer, and I think he's a project. And right now he's on a learning curve of trying to be a League One centre forward. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what I mean? At the minute, you're working with someone to try and make him better, to try and get him up to speed of being a League One centre forward. And he ain't that yet. And he's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of coaching, and a lot of reps to go through to keep getting better. And as those games keep ticking by, points are going adrift, chances are getting missed. Do you know what I mean? He's a project centre forward. You spent a lot of money on someone that you're trying to build into being the finished article to try and make a few quid on. But at the minute, like I said, he's just a big, strong athlete of a man, and they're trying to build him into being a centre forward.
Yeah, that's the frustrating. There was a pass. I don't know if it was a passing, but it was a perfectly good pass. It was just normal pass, and it come off his foot and went about 6-7 foot in the air. And I was just at that point, I was just laughing really. But hopefully he can come good. Like you said, it is a project. We have spent a lot of money. It's not going. He has got 2 goals. Of course, 2 in that one game against Cambridge. Hopefully he can, keep going, keep learning, training. And it's all about the technical ability, because he's got the strength, he's got the power. It's like you said, it's all about just trying to mold him into that. The number 9. Grant Ward ain't the half. This problem, injuries. It does take a toll. Shout out to Taylor though, even though Neil made that comment on him, but overall he was very good yesterday, I thought. I think he just needs games, stay fit. But the interesting thing is Taylor Moore is back for tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Tuesday, sorry. So will Taylor Moore go into the side? We'll see. Still loads of comments. Thanks to everyone that's going in the chat and sending the comments. Really do appreciate it. We haven't played, in my opinion, we haven't played well in any game this season. There ain't really. I can't even Cambridge. I thought we played well, but it was Cambridge, and they're a shambles. They are, Jesus. But at least we beat them. Unlike Steve Evans, best point in their history, innit? I don't know. We'll see. Is Steve Evans going to be another one on the chopping block? I'm sure Rotherham fans are pretty frustrated with him at the moment. He has a long contract. Thanks to Off Trail Paranormal, I love LT, but his lack of right foot cost us. He's so one-footed. And the thing is, as well, Taylor never takes him off. He shouldn't have took Sinclair off yesterday. Thomas should have been the one, and he always. What other game was it? Wigan. Thomas was poor as well, and he kept him on the whole game. And yesterday as well, he played a whole game. Lone goalkeepers that don't command the box. Shout out to Jake Tongue, will probably come on here when we play Lincoln. But he said he was poor commanding his box, and so did Tom from 4-0 written all over it, who was on here last season, the Pompey fan as well. So a lot of comments. Plenty of games in October, so a new manager bounce could change our season. Hopefully. To think we're almost re-signed JCH in January. But loads of comments. Thanks to everyone that keeps tuning in. We're get on to Charlton now. Of course, that is our next game. Going into would be our 5th game without a win if we didn't win the game. But hopefully something can happen. We've got their last 5 games on screen. They've actually lost back-to-back games. And as you know, I pointed out with Neil, they're a team under Jones that don't score a lot, don't concede a lot. I mean, we've conceded 13, they've conceded 6, and we scored the same amount of goals. Of course, Rovers go into the relegation zone for the first time this season after their defeat yesterday. 21st in the league, of course, 2 wins, a draw, and 5 losses. Charlton played the same games as us, won 4, drew 1, lost 3. We both said that, before we went live, Neil, that they're a team that usually, they are very defensively sound. He's actually been linked with the Cardiff job in the last couple of days, Nathan Jones as well. But what do you make of Charlton? I think again it's almost a game that they'll be, after 2 wins, they'll be quietly confident, I think. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so. They'll look at us as a side, and they're not going to fancy your chances to bounce back against us, are they? I think they've been a bit clunky to start with, Charlton. I just think they've not got off to the start they'd have liked to, but they've not been they might not have played the greatest stuff, and the fans might not have liked what they're looking at, but they're not a million miles away. Do you know what I mean? They're not desperately leaky. Granted, they're not scoring a heap of goals, but they're not a million miles away, I think. And like I said, as far as when you look at managers and your playing staff and what you've got and what you're building towards, I think they'll all be right behind Jones. Jones will get right, like he'll believe in that playing group. They'll be pretty sure that they'll get it right in the not too distant future. Like I said, they've been a bit clunky to start with, but they're not a million miles away from being a decent side. I don't think Charlton. I think Jones will get them right. I like Jones. I think he's a good gaffer, especially for this level. And I think when I talk about players, managers, he's definitely one. He'll get right round his players. There'll be loads of information. He'll be speaking to them every day on a professional and a personal level, and like they'll be all in together. That side, I think, over the course of a season. I think I just look at that Charlton side, and I just think if you look at the spine of that side with the likes of sort of Gillespie, Berry, Coventry, Godden, Chucks, they're just better than us. They're just better than us in that, as far as if you was to, play a game on paper, which I know you don't, but ultimately the spine of that side's a far bigger threat than what ours is to theirs. So, I think it's, I don't think it'll be pleasant Tuesday, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, he's managed to, he signed, obviously him being at Luton for a very long time, a couple of different spells. He signed a lot of ex-Luton players. You obviously mentioned Luke Berry, Premier League last season. Dan Potts, who's been around for a while, wasn't really starting at Luton, but they signed him as a centre back. Like you said, very, very good defence. You mentioned Gillespie. You got Lloyd Jones. Potts goes there. You got Kane Ramsey, who I really like. Thierry Small. There's also, who's that? I can't remember his name's gone off the top of my head, but we were linked with a Scottish wing back, and he chose Charlton. We were very close to getting him, and he chose to go Charlton. I can't remember his name. What's his name? But basically, he obviously, like most players would, if you had Rovers and Charlton and you were coming from the second division in Scotland, where are you going to go? Obviously, he chose Charlton. He's done pretty well for them. And like you said, they've got that Ghassan Hadmi as well, who scored against us for Cambridge last season in the 2-0 away defeat. They signed him for like a lot of money, like 1.1 million, I believe. They signed him from Ipswich. A lot of money. Gordon as well. They got some very, very good young players as well, like Charlton always do. They've had obviously Lookman in the past. They've had Esri Konsa, John Joe Shelby. But they've got a very, very good young players. And I'm the same really. I don't really see anything, to be honest. I'd love to. Like I said, we even went 1-0 up against Wycombe, and I think the crowd, it'd be one of the lowest attendances in a while. I think no one's, to be honest with you, if I'm being honest, if I didn't have a season ticket, I probably wouldn't go. I'm that frustrated at the moment. I really am. And I think the crowd would be way, way down. Like you said, it was on Twitter. He put a brilliant tweet out yesterday after, I think it was Nathan Gold. Shout out to Nathan. It was something like attendances have gone down. Quality's gone down, and a couple of other things, but it's spot on really. And there isn't anything to sort of really get behind. Of course we want to win, we want to do well, we want to get back to winning ways. It's been poor on it, of course, the last 4 games. 13 Is it 11 or 13 goals conceded? I can't even remember. It's been so poor, but we'll get into our lineups. There's also, I think Adam F saying more, my bad. There's been so many games and everything, but one more. I'm trying to think, what was it? Wigan played Peterborough. It is one more game. Yeah, my bad. So more will be back on Saturday against Burton Albion away. That's the thing. That's the thing. You're thinking usually our first Tuesday night home league game of the season at the Mem. let's all get down there. Night games I love. I prefer a night game to a Saturday game. You do as well, Neil. But yeah, it's just at the moment, it's just like there's nothing, is there? It's just so poor at the moment. But yeah, Neil, what would be your starting 11 for Tuesday night?
Griffin goal, Connor Taylor, Willow Mola is a back three. Sousa on the right.
To back three then.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have gone to a 4 anyway. Like it just completely disheartens that squad now. They know he's scrambling because he's chopping and changing and he's trying all sorts. Like I wouldn't go to a 4. You need to stick to your guns and show that them lads that you believe in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have gone to a 4 in the first place. So that back three, I'd go Sousa on the right, Sinks on the left, Conter and Lindsay in the middle, Sotirio in the hole with Promise and a Donko in front of that.
Yeah, interesting. I'll quickly get Josh's lineup. He'll post it in a few days anyway, but I will put his lineup as well. He sent it to me earlier. So his lineup would be Griffiths, Sousa, Taylor, Wilson, Mola. So same, I think he'd gone for about 4. Conte in for Lindsay with Ward in the middle. Thomas, Sotirio, Sinclair, Omatry. So that would be 2 changes. For me, I would go for, obviously Griffiths in goal. I'd probably keep it after Saturday. Well, based on the first half, I'd keep it in a back 4. But like you said, if you're a manager, you want to be sticking to your guns. You said at the moment he's sort of, scrambling a lot.
But now he's gone to a 4, he has to play it. Because if he goes back to a 3 now, like their heads are shot. He had now he's backed himself into a corner.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's annoying because it's tough. Because Hunt done really well off the bench and he's a natural right back, but also Sousa played well. I'd probably go It's annoying as well because it's frustrating because will Wilson play on the Tuesday after a Saturday game? Because again, I thought he was really good. I think I'd go Hunt right back, Sousa left back. I think given Connor Taylor's injuries he's had, I don't think he'll play. I think he'll be rested, even though again I thought, but I'm going to go Mola and Wilson in centre back. Midfield 2 of that's tough. I'd probably go Lindsay and Conte. Again, with Grant Ward. It's annoying. Again, it's hard because Lindsay's coming back from injury and Ward is going to be struggling to play Tuesday, Saturday. So, I'd probably go Conte, Lindsay. I would go Shaq Ford on right midfield, left midfield, Scott Sinclair. And then I would go with Sotirio and Promise. That would be my starting 11. Score predictions. Josh has gone for 2-1. He ain't gone with he didn't put the goal scores, but Josh has gone for a 2-1 win, by the way. He's gone for a Rovers win. He's feeling positive after Rovers not being positive at the moment, but who knows? Would love to say a win, but personally I don't think so. Make sure you get all your score predictions in the comments right now. And if you're watching back later on, or if you don't want to put your predictions in now, then make sure you leave them in the comments and keep hitting the like button as well. We'll be finished very, very, very shortly. Of course, Fan Hub code as well. Use that. But Josh has gone for a 2-1 Rovers win. Neil, goal scorers, if there is any, and prediction.
I think when I look at that chance, I really like Anike. I think Chucks is a massive problem for us. Like if he plays, he's a massive problem for us. But I think I think we get beat 1-0, Godden.
1-0, Matty Godden. Yeah, 1-0. It's annoying as well, isn't it? Because we've the last up till 2 years ago, our record against Charlton was overall. I think it is still shocking, but we've actually beaten 4 games in a row in the league. The last 2 seasons, home and away.
Appleton side was horrible, though, wasn't it? Them under Appleton were disgusting.
Yeah,
like, they were horrible.
It was terrible, to be fair. Gordo's already gone 4-1. Would love to see Hunt and Thomas playing on the right. Yeah, I think it worked a bit last year, but at the moment, yeah, Thomas. I'd play Hunt, but Thomas on the bench. Ford deserves a chance to start personally, but yeah, we'll obviously see when the lineups do come out. He went 4 at the back, so not to let 4 in at home again. Yeah, that's the thing, innit? Keep getting in your predictions. Ben Darrell's gone 3-0 Charlton. Taylor gets to the boot after game, put us all about our misery. For me, I'm gonna go 2-1 Charlton. I think we'll score again, but I think Charlton. Like I said, I just can't see it. We go 1-0 up, we still win. We still lose. Sorry, even against Wycombe. But and again, like I've already said, I think people ain't going to be coming. I think a couple of people said on my post on YouTube and Twitter that a few people said that they ain't going. So yes, I think it's all going to be leading to a Charlton win personally. Taylor go into a back 4, basically saying he doesn't trust the players. Well, and also he doesn't trust his actual system that he wants to go with. I remember that. Oh yeah, bloody hell. Yeah, that was the game before Ademola Lookman went to Everton for 10 mil and he absolutely cooked us on 5-1. Oh my god. So the thing is as well, and also Ezri Konsa was on the bench for Charlton, didn't even get on. But the really frustrating thing about that night is that I remember looking at that lineup for Charlton and thinking, God, their lineup ain't even that good. Like, they had Andrew Crofts, they had, some really, really poor, like Adam Chickson, saying our team went looking amazing. Like, Keller Roos had an absolute shambles in goal. But that was horrendous. That was absolutely horrendous. But some more predictions. Alicia's gone 2-0 Charlton. Tom Butler's gone a lucky 1-1. Jerry Tremaine says 2-2. Chris Collier's gone 2-1. Charlton with Maka to score. Matt says 2-1 Charlton, but I'm also torn with saying 3-1. Well, I'll take your first prediction, which is 2-1. Yusuf has gone 3-1 Charlton. Matty Taylor, he scored late on, wasn't it? I think it was late on. Adam F has gone 2-1 loss. Same as me and a few people. Goal scorers, I'll go with Shaq Ford to get a goal. And Charlton, I'll go with, again, it's funny. I said it. I was just waiting. It obviously wasn't the correct thing, but I said it when I done my prediction again. Wycombe, I said it. What did I say? Either Joe Lowe or Tafazoli. Which one of them starts will score. And of course, last minute, corner. So Lloyd Jones, because we always concede from a cross or a set piece, and he's a very, very good centre back. And I think Lieburn, if he's fit, Miles Lieburn, very, very tall, physical striker, young player as well. I think he's only 19, 20. So 2-1. Nobody predicted a win exactly. Whatever the result is, I think his time is up. That's the thing. But we're gonna end it here. Thanks to everyone that has tuned in. Loads of you have tuned in, so appreciate it. Of course, it's good to get everyone's thoughts. Like I said, hopefully it can turn around, but it's not looking good at the moment. Being a Rovers fan, we almost seems every season there's something mad going on, whether it's fighting to stay up, relegation, promotion, whatever. But joys of being a gas at, eh? But yeah, thanks to everyone that's tuned in. Thanks to Neil as always. Of course, Josh will hopefully be back with us on Thursday, as we will be discussing this game and previewing Burton. Hopefully his son gets better very soon. Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, Fan Hub code down below. The link is in the description. Follow the socials. Yeah, follow our personal socials if you want to. Leave your predictions in the comments after if you haven't done now. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back with another video on Tuesday. Probably be raining, cold. Hopefully be talking about a win. Fingers crossed. But yeah, thanks for all the support, and we'll see you next time. Up the gas.